Alright, looks like things are turning on. Got a whoop, green light. Green light says we're live. Let's see if... where's the thing? I don't see anything yet. Come on, I need to hear sound. Lights, camera, action. Nice. We have sound, everything's good. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing the stream pop up. Refresh that. Fancy. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Alright, cool. See? Okay, cool. Looks like it's working. I don't have bulls to do all the checky. Alright, so I see a gunny, I see a fool, says Taka. And I know, oh, there's an elemental. We don't have bulls again tonight. He seems to be MIA at the job stead. Oh, a loading wheel. Fancy. Nice. I see you asking about the stream pop-up. There's a stream pop-up? Tacos will be dispensed shortly once the internet starts cooperating. Nice. I'm sure everybody will be very pleased about the internet tacos. Alright. Hey, Charlie9, welcome. So as you can see, I'm sitting at the base, at a base here, in my trusty chieftain. That's the name of this thing. I'm actually still at the same base that I was, I think, at the end of the last stream. And I am currently still at 100% at Chief Petty Officer. Next rank, I believe, is Warrant Officer. Hence the title of the stream. So we're going to see if we can't rank up a bit with this group here. With Antony Station. Your frog ship. That's right, my frog ship. Frog. So we got two... Federation. Ooh, follow-on mission, minimum rank. Yeah, so gotta love how this works. So in the last stream, we worked on getting these guys up to Cordial. And now the mission for ranking up is no longer with this group. They're now with this group. And I'm not Cordial. So let's maybe grab a courier job. I don't know where that's going, but we're going there. Yeah, look, another courier job. We're going there too. That'll give us probably enough to rank up with these guys. We have massacre mission. Let's. How many people does this? 2 pirates. 2 pirates. Sure, let's take it. We have to kill 2 pirates. Now, if I remember correctly, I did not do very well on the pirates last time with my current loadout. If we go to the shipyard, or no, I'm at Wolf 196, the Conrad Gateway. Is that far away from me? Must be. Gun shoots taco, taco eats taco, taco eats taco, taco eats fools. Internet operational taco gun deployed. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're shooting the tacos. Nice. You were after civilians. That was right. The last time I was after civilians was yeah, it was being bad. And everything is like I'm a wanted ship now. Plasma accelerators that I wasn't very good at shooting. My Guardian Gauss cannon, I believe, is also a delayed shot weapon, which is not the greatest thing in the world. And I don't think... What do we have here? I like the plasma accelerators. They're really cool. If I... And Bull's got me under those. Plasma accelerator. If I drop... I have to remember I have this here, but... which I won't. But if I drop another plasma accelerator... Oh, I almost sold it. Eee, sell old module. No, store it, please. It took a lot of work to get that thing. I would have been very sad if I just sold it. Here lies Noob's Raw. No matter how hard I try, someone is always there to say, no, I must try harder. Nice. Alright, so we've got 3 plasma accelerators. Looks like we still have a decent amount of power. And then I've got the beam lasers, which will be shooting at it at all times. We have lots of heat sinks, which was definitely very helpful. I think, yeah, everything else should be fine. It was just the weapon loadout. So if we go into our fire groups and beam lasers, everything was just on 1. Cool, that works. And then I have chaff on 2, which I always forget I have. Shield cell banks, okay. And I do have Astra. Are you there?
Astra online.
There we go. She's up and running. So now we need to see... Probably go do these courier jobs first, and then we'll go attack some... These at least are pirates, they're not civilians. So let's go to the galaxy map. I will... Oh, and we don't have... that's the other thing. I forget now. If we go to the Starboard Services, we don't have a advanced discovery scanner on this ship anymore, right? Field cell bank, no. Oh, that's military. There's, yeah, this one here. Hull reinforcement. Can I get... I don't think we can here. What do we have for what do we have here in the... We just have a hull... Okay, we have nothing in here at the moment. So if I take a look at the shop, the cargo rack? No, what am I doing? Stellar body scanners. Ah, they have an advanced discovery scanner. That'll be useful so that we can just honk when we get into a system. Grab one of those. I don't have a fuel scoop on, but we're not going far. You know, famous last words. We should be fine. This is fine. We don't have anything stored here. Oh, we do have lots. We have the Gauss. We have thrusters, fuel scoop. So my fuel scoop... Oh, no, it's not here, though. It's far away. 42 minutes. 6A fuel scoop. 70 thrusters. Oh, wait, we got a bunch of fuel scoops. I've been dropping fuel scoops off all over the place, it appears. So why don't I transfer to this station? Why can't I transfer? Because it's wanted? Clean module. Wow. Transfer. So you can't transfer them when they're... That's interesting. Well, I have another one, so I'll transfer this one here. So that it's there when we come back. Fire group reminder. Did I do something? Beam, beam, beam. Oh, advanced discovery scanner. Right. Add shield cell bank and heatsink launcher. I'm gonna no, I'm gonna want that on, but let's make this the one and this 2, because I keep accidentally hitting them. Alright. So now we can actually fly out to said location and scan. Astra is at it again. Is going to troll AR. Yep, probably. Oh no, not the crazy robot lady. I don't like her. She can't eat tacos. I'm watching you, Astra. Hey Merlin, welcome. Yeah, Merlin, everybody give Merlin props. He just finished a circumnavigation mission all the way around the galaxy, which is just super impressive. He was telling me about it. It's very impressive. Oh, right, and he's a new fuel rat. Super cool.
Landing gear retracted.
There's also many other things, but he's now also a fuel rat. So congrats on multiple fronts. I'm off duty now, so don't run out of fuel. You're on. Nice. You wouldn't come save me even being off duty, Merlin, if I needed it. I got a fuel rat in the chat. It feels special.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, Matrix, hello. Branaz, hello. Welcome. Is Bull's back? Nope, sorry, we have no Bulls at the moment. If he appears later on, he's always welcome to just jump in, but he's working still. I haven't heard from him at all today. I don't think. He might have messaged me earlier today, basically to say that he's in the working mode. I'm about 183 light years from you. Wow. So that's like at the other side of the bubble, maybe, yeah? Alright, let's scan. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Not too far away. That's pretty good. We want to go here. Well, actually, all the way, like, full distance, like, if one end of the bubble, the other thing is about 300 light years, isn't it? Something like that. What time are you gonna start RP? Says Iron Matrix. Well, that's kind of... I haven't had a chance to talk with people much over since the last stream. So that really depends on if there's people around that want to do it, and if we have something we want to role play around. So if you're around and if you want to do some RP, let me know in the chat. We'll plan for some. I don't have anything planned, so it'll just be winging it. I wanted to have something planned, but I didn't have the time to make it happen, sadly. One of these weeks, what I'd like to do is get interdicted. I'm coming for you. This might be one of those pirates that I need to shoot, right? So let's... I'll come back to that thought in a minute, because now combat is happening.
Awaiting orders.
He's wanted. I think he's regretting his decision. Alright, what did he drop? Oh, who's you? Are you another bad guy? Yep, wing of two. Okay. Stop shooting now. He's at 0. Oh, is there another one? Oh my goodness. Deploy heatsink.
Heatsink deployed.
Oh, I missed.
Warning, temperature is rising.
There we go, got him. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Now that's everyone, right? Okay, what do we have around us? We need to go here, right? Material, so heat resistant ceramics. That's a level 2. Level 1. Level 2. Chemical processors. That's a 1. Shield emitters is a 2. That's a 3. We could grab that. Deploy cargo scoop. Deploy cargo scoop.
Deployed.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the plasma accelerators. Those were definitely easier foes than the last time I did this. Alright, what else we got? Phase alloys. Basically picking up, because I don't have limpets, so I'm not gonna pick up everything. I would otherwise, but oop, 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 oop. I'm gonna go with like 3 and above, I think. If I don't have, so tempered alloys, chemical processor, warning emitters, phase alloys. That was a 3. I'd like to get some 4s and 5s. Oh wow, this one's far away. Pick it up. Chemical processors. What else we got here? Phase. Let's. We got more phase alloys. That's flawed. That's 2. Galvanized alloys. That's a 2. All right, so just the phased alloys, I think. Flawed crystals. That's only 2. Yeah. Let's grab the last phase alloy and then continue on our way. It's too bad that I don't think that was the pirates that I wanted. That would have been nice. I wonder what those guys were after. Like that wasn't part of my. No. Or maybe it's because I got a warrant, right? Or I got a bounty on my head. Oh, I think I just blew that thing up. Nope, I didn't. I ran right into it way too fast. Nope. I'm doing awesome here tonight. Way too fast once again. Alright. What's this message? Delivery bonus. 15 minutes. Alright. Well, let's head back to where we were going here.
Cannot comply.
Oh. Retract fuel scoop. Oh. No. Retract cargo scoop.
Retracting cargo scoop.
Retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
If it's a mission target, I'll say mission target at the bottom. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Where's my support? It's got a run in it. Did you engineer the PAs? Whoa, 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 whoa! Now I'm overflying. The PAs? Just reading what they posted and making my own comment about it. Little winks. Sadly, I don't have the time to work on a story, so I can't join in on potential RP. Now, you can make it up on the fly as well. I'll set it for 1 hour in, like my 7 o'clock. So that's like what, 40 minutes-ish from now. If we have people that are around and want to do it, or maybe I can even try and just, if there's nobody around, I could even try to do a little bit of solo RP, just like pick a mission and solo RP it, see how that goes. What do you guys think? If there's people around, obviously I'll RP with them. Try and get into the groove a bit, a little bit, maybe. Just try and do it a little bit every stream, just to
Orbital flight engaged.
make it a habit. Plasma accelerators, says Merlin. Ah, did you engineer the PAs? Not yet, actually. Those are stock. So I should probably go do that, huh? Do I have the PA? Do I have the PA person unlocked? Once we land, I will take a look. Joshua Buck, welcome. Hello, Anubis and Bulls. Bulls sadly isn't here tonight, but I'm sure he will be very happy that you said hi to him anyway. How are you doing? Hello, all you beautiful people. Nice. And chat, how is everybody doing? Yes, how is everybody doing? That nice. That nice. I like the way you joined the chat there, Joshua. It's beautiful. Alright. We are close enough to Falset Mine.
Lake on Alpha November uniform. Be aware of local gravitational conditions when approaching this facility, Commander. Fly safely. Permission authorized.
1.7 Gs. It's not too high.
06.
Not too high. Doing good. Yes. Got nice plans. Alright. Pad number 6. 6 among go. Drop the coconuts.
Gear down.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
And docked. Clear to proceed. You know what? I'm not even looking. I should be, because I know that I've made some enemies already here, in and around this particular area of space. So I should be checking when I pop into a system whether or not I want to. And I'm also in the same boat as, who was that? Charlie 9. I haven't worked on my story enough yet either. I've got a lot of things that I'm working on right now, and I might have, like, there's work, which is the majority of my day, and then, but I'm also juggling a bunch of different things that I'm trying to do to change the channel around a bit. So yeah. What was I doing? Mission port, right? Mission bird. Oh, you're more than welcome, Joshua. More than welcome. You deserved it. Alright, let's turn in this courier job, and we want... Oh, is it reputation or influence for the local faction? I think it's influence? I always forget. Well, it looks like that worked. These don't look like they're going back to where we were going, unless they actually have a... Oh, no, this is not even for the feds. And look, once again, look at this. Hey, we got a commercial samples for the Federal Navy retrieval mission, but we're not cordial. Stinks. We could grab a few more of these missions, but we're going back to that. Oh wow, this place has a lot more just boom data type stuff. We're heading back to that other station. So what I'm going to do is, and this is also a planetary system, so we're not going to grab anything more from here. We will go to this next one. But I'm sad to say I cannot stay and watch the stream. I have to go and work and go take care of elderly folk. Well, you, that's a what's the word I'm looking for? My brain has gone blank. Admirable thing to do is, I think, what I was trying to go for. So, good luck to you there. Well, good luck's the wrong word again, but yeah, important. Sure, that works. Important. Thanks for dropping by though and saying hi and being so awesome for the little moment you were here. I had quite a rough day at work today. Nothing went my way, so I'm a little out of sorts. My brain is frazzled. Noble. Yeah, taking care of elderly folk is noble, is it not? I've locked on. Let's go. Let us be on our way. I spent the whole day at work basically working on problems. Trying to get things working again. It was a frustrating day, let's put it that way.
Intel confirmed. Clear for ascent.
Oh, I got a message. New reputation. So we'll do these 2 missions and we'll go get our pirates. And then we'll go back to where we left. Let's see if we can pick up a mission to get to Warrant Officer. To the Warrant Officer.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Haboom! Alright. Let's try and line up. Yeah, we can. Mask locked. Come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're gonna buzz the planet with our frameshift drive here. Bye everyone, don't worry, Anubis. I love my job and I get to hear some cool stories. That sounds awesome, and I'm glad you enjoy your job. That is, not a lot of people can say that, so awesome. Enjoy. Have fun. Best of wishes from all of us. Thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated.
Incoming mission critical message.
Incoming mission critical massage. Massage? An incoming mission critical massage? That would be nice. At least this one is a planetary, or an orbital base. Easier to get to. iHeart's port? iHeart's port? Or eHeart's point? Port? eHeart's port. Hey, Quackpew Duck, welcome. Just got here. Did the police catch you yet? Not yet. Still running. Running. You were thinking of the massage I got today. I might have been, Taka. That's right. You were telling me about that in the chat earlier. That might have been on my brain. Oh, darn it. I think I'm going to overfly this. Here Leslie was raw. Failed to receive his mission critical massage. Alright, let's see if we can slow down. Woo! That was close. Why are the police chasing you? Because at the end of the last stream, I, on a whim, decided to take a mission that I was offered. One of those, like, you've been an assistant for a while and it just gives you a message in the mail, and it was to go and murderate some civilians, and I got all wanticated, and I did not actually complete killing anybody. so I definitely succeeded on that one. I didn't realize until I was engaged that they were civilians. I think it was who was it? Our chat police officer was getting all ready to come after me too in the last stream, which was kind of fun. Alright, here we are. My brain isn't working tonight. I'm forgetting all the things. AR most succeeded in getting blown up. Yes, I didn't actually get blown up though. I made it back. I did not die. Almost succeeded, yes. Alright, 15. Value number 15. Number 15. To use lead speak. drop the coconuts.
Lowering gear.
Nice. You heartless mech.
Landing gear deployed.
It was one of those, like, I never accept those like missions that they give you on the fly. It's like, I'll try one, and then of course it was it was not a nice one. Spider, that's right. Spider is our chat. Thank you. My brain. It's all discombobulated. But as always, playing and chatting with you guys is helping, so thank you. My mood has improved tenfold in the last half an hour. Alright, let's return. Alright, so I think it was influence, right? I don't know. Let me know if that's the wrong one. I'm doing the influence with the faction, not with the power. So hopefully that was the right one. Alright, so if we look here, the only mission we can take, it looks like, is an internal delivery report. And this is not going back to where we started, right? So let us not take that mission. And once again, we can't do this mission because we're not cordial. Or cordial, however you want to say it. Alright, now we got some pirates, right? Where are the pirates? Where are the pirates? Lunch. I have changed my shift because many got sick, so I didn't have time to edit the story prototype to make it more suiting the game like you suggested. Yeah, no worries. You've got lots of time. There's no rush on any of that stuff. But I did like the starts of your story. It was pretty cool. I like where you're taking it. I like where you're going. And Charlie9 took me up on chatting about backstories and things, and I did my best to help out. I think he liked what my suggestions were. You guys are all more than welcome to reach out to me in Discord as well if you want. I've been writing lots of backstories lately for lots of different things. Actually, you know what might be a fun little thing to talk about with you guys tonight is, so as I was telling you guys last stream, I've started playing in some tabletop adventures, and I've got myself involved in a couple of like drop-in sessions. For one was a Pathfinder and one was a D&D 5th.
4, 3, 2.
I'm not sure if I told you about what I did or what happened in either of those sessions, but I had a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested, I can tell you some stories of my craziness in those roleplay sessions. Alright, let's scan. Let's see if we can find the bad guys. So now I'm looking for pirates here, right? Am I wanted in this system? I am! Awesome! Okay, so we might get more than just pirates coming after us. So I need 2 pirates, mission giver. It's just pirates in general in the Gamiko system, which is where we are. So maybe what I should do is actually just fly. Like, I was thinking of going to like the nav beacon and stuff, but I'm wondering if that's going to be a little bit dangerous because all of the feds and everybody. So I'm going to fly towards wanted. William Settlement. I'm going to fly towards this and hope that one of the pirates try and interdict me, and then we can just one-on-one the pirates. So we'll see how this works. While we're flying along, we can scan some of these ships and maybe get some cool scans. Yes, story time. Tell us the story of the games. All right, cool. I'm really glad that you were able to help me out. You gave me tons of ideas. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad. I'm really happy about that. It was fun helping you too. I like thinking that way, so it's fun to do that stuff. Gamico Faction Jets. How's it going? I'm new. Hello, William. Welcome. You're doing well. Right now I'm trying to just finish a few missions here so that I can get my rank up a little bit with a faction at a specific base, where I'm hoping to get a rank up mission for the I'm a warrant officer with the feds, and it would be to become a warrant officer with the feds. I think I'm what am I right now? A chief petty officer. Come on. Where is... I don't want the Federal Security Service to come after me. I want a pirate to come after me. Hopefully that will be the case. Would you help with a backstory for Star Citizen? Sure, I'll help with a backstory for anything. Just give me, like, you come to me with something, like how you're getting started, and I can, you know, the way that I did it with Charlie 9 is he kind of gave me a bit of an outline of where he was going with it. Not a lot, right? Just a small, like, you know, a couple of paragraphs, a few sentences or whatever, what your direction is, and I'll read through it, and then basically what I'm going to do is just send you back a whole bunch of questions, right? And by answering those questions, you should be able to fill out the backstory. At least that's actually how I build my own backstories a lot of the ways. Is I'll start with a little bit of something, and then I'll start asking questions like, well, you know, why, you know, things like where were you born, right? What kind of planet was it? Why, like, what was it all about? All that kind of stuff. Like, who were your parents? What were your parents about? How did that affect you? How did the planet you lived on affect you? What was around you? Was it a dangerous place? Was it a peaceful place? Right? Was it a good childhood? Was it a dangerous childhood? All that kind of stuff. Like, because those all link into who you become, right? Later on in life, and then of course more questions in and around. Later on in life and all that kind of stuff, and ultimately you got to ask yourself, like, well, why, like in Elite Dangerous, you know, how did you become a commander? How did you get your first ship? You know, what led you to that? What's your goals as a character? Where, like, and how are you going to try and achieve those? Think about flaws and all that kind of stuff as well. All right, maybe. Because pirates also go to rings and things, right? So maybe we just head over here, and then maybe just drop into, like, some random location, and maybe that'll work. Cool. Do you ever do full-on roleplay? So I'm actually trying, William, to kind of get started to do roleplay in Elite Dangerous here during my streams. And so I'm working with the community here, you know, banking backstories, kind of coming up with an idea for who you are in 3304, what's all going on, and then I'm encouraging people to come join me in game and role play together, in and around the game, right? Because the game is the backdrop with you as characters. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit of it in this stream, a little bit later on as well, and maybe pick up a mission and just role play the mission itself, or something of that nature, if people are around to role play with, or if if you're in game and you want to do that, that's cool. Who's this guy here? Eagle. It doesn't look like he's coming for me. He's flying around. He's flying the other way. But yeah, so while I'm doing this part of the stream, I will. So I've started to play tabletop, you know, pen and paper role playing adventures as well here in my local town, and so I've done a couple of drop-in sessions, and people were saying they'd like story time, so we'll do a bit of story time. So my first drop-in session that I did was a Pathfinder session. It's going to be a continuing campaign, so I'm going back next week as well to continue on with my character. This was my first ever role-playing experience, actually. And I decided just to keep it simple and not have to worry too much about knowing the intricacies of all the different races and things in the world, is I picked a human fighter, because I thought, you know, when it comes to combat, when it comes to all that kind of stuff, it's pretty simple, right? You've got your sword, you stick them with a pointy end. And I'll just kind of like see where it goes from there. So just there was a couple of interesting things that happened in that campaign. First thing that happened was, so we started off in a little town, and the big mystery that was happening in the town was that there's this giant storm. Whoa! Off in the distance.
Identifying now.
Who are you? Are you the feds? I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna find out if this is a bad idea. Federal Security Service. Oh no.
What are your orders?
Okay, we're getting out of here. I'm not gonna fight the feds. And he's an anaconda, so we're going.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so the mystery that the overall mystery that we're trying to solve that we haven't solved yet, is a continuing saga or whatever. So there's this giant storm off in the distance of the town, and it's big and ominous, and it's definitely, magically created, and it's coming for the shore, and it's basically going to destroy the entire town. So a group of adventurers, myself included, are setting out to kind of like discover the mystery for ourselves and try and stop the storm, right? So, right, I am locked onto this still, so let's relock onto that. So we headed out. Now this campaign was already going, so I kind of just jumped in a little bit midstream. I guess like there was a couple of sessions beforehand. So they picked me up in the town, and I kind of continued on with the party. We headed off. They had gathered some information, or no, we had a little hobbit guy that we had, or not hobbit, a halfling that we had to bring back to his little village that was off in the forest, and so we were escorting him back to the village. Along the way, we were searching for clues and things, and we stopped and made camp in the forest before we got all the way to his village. And we were attacked, and this part got me a little bit. I was not prepared for this, but in the middle of the night we were attacked by raptors. I'm like, there are dinosaurs in this universe? And the GM's like, yep, there are. I'm like, okay. Let's see. Whoa. I'm going a little bit too fast here. But let's see if we can drop in. Dropping too close. Alright, now I'm looking. I'm hoping that some pirates will show up in here. I purposely went to not a normal spot because I don't want the feds. I'm hoping that, because normally what happens when you come into like an area like this, let's say you wanted to do some mining, right? So you come in, you start doing some mining, thinking that no one's going to be here, and then pirates show up. So I'm hoping I'm going to be setting a trap for the pirates, laying in wait. So we'll see. We'll sit here for a little bit and see if a pirate shows up. If not, we'll pop back out and see what happens. Oh, hi. Who are you? You're in a 30. Oh, you're clean. So he's after me now. All right. Darn it. I'm wanted. So he's coming after me. Let's put the shields up.
Frameshift drive charging.
It worked, but it wasn't a pirate. I'm not sure why a clean for the lands would show up. Let's try that again. I'll just turn back around, and pop in. I'm really hoping a pirate shows up, because I didn't bring an interdictor. Maybe that's what I should do, is go get myself an interdictor, and then I can pull a pirate out. Yep, D&D will have dinosaurs. Yeah, I did not realize that. Double check to see what pirates you are looking for. Yeah, well, they will say mission target, right? It's the Gamico Jet Rats faction. But I think it will say like mission target on my screen when I scan them. Is there a way to change your security status? You mean like my wanted status? Right now I think it's you gotta be killed. I think they're planning on adding a way for you to pay it off in the future. But it's not happening. Not yet. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyhow, so we were camping out in the forest, and we all went to sleep. We actually we set up a watch to one person stayed up. I was on first watch, and like champ, I was super perceptive, but there was nothing there. So I went to sleep. The next person went for a watch. Nothing happened. We eventually got to like our third person, I think. Oh, is this person still chasing me? Is it gonna be the same person? Yeah. Well, that's not working out. Maybe I should go get an interdictor and then we can find a pirate.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's not working at all. You are a wanted man, AR. Just roll with it. Do some smuggling. Bulls isn't here. Yes, you're right. I should totally do some of that. Huh? But I'm trying to get this mission finished, so... It's not working. My plan of the rings is not working. So where would we go next? Because if I go, like, anywhere that is highly populated, I'm not going to... Yeah, that's where we kind of are there. I'm hoping just to find a pirate that wants to interdict me instead of a clean person. But anyhow, so what happened was, the funny part of this story anyway, that I thought was quite amusing was I fell asleep, or sorry, we were all asleep or whatever, and then the kind of this third person on watch did roll I think rolled like a 3 or something like that on his perception check. So the raptors, you know, clever girl, kind of came in around us, started attacking, while the party was all asleep because our watch guy got caught unawares, and and then we had to, I can't remember how it worked. We had to like roll to wake up or something like that to see if we were startled awake or something like that. And I rolled a natural 1. Wait for the natural 1. There we go. Yep. I rolled a natural 1 to wake up, and so I was in like this deep sleep while everybody else was getting like chewed on. I was sleeping. So it was pretty funny. But ultimately I woke up and we got into the attack. It was kind of like my first foray on it. I actually didn't do too bad in that battle. I ended up killing, I think there was 4 of them, and I killed 2 of the raptors myself. Well, I got the finishing blows on them. But then after that we moved on and we made our way to this little village where the halfling wanted to go home. And we found out as we were getting there that they might be cannibals. So we're like, what? So we had this big discussion as the group to figure out like how we were going to approach the town. Should we send just one person in with the halfling to let them know we're coming, not to startle them and all that kind of stuff? Ultimately, we found out that they weren't cannibals. That was just a rumor going around. But it was pretty fun. Like, we were definitely on edge going in. But ultimately, we got in there. We talked with the group, and the chieftain or whatever let us know that, you know, if we wanted to gain their trust, we could help them by, there's this lake nearby, and there's a creature there that is stealing their goods and things, and they would be much obliged if we could go take care of it. So we head on over towards this lake. Let's see, do we have any pirates around here? I don't know, like going into the... If I drop in on the thing here, what is it, the nav beacon, if I drop it on this, I'm just gonna get slaughtered. So I think what I need to do is head back somewhere where I can get myself an interdictor. So let's let's go back to the starting system, actually, where I started all of this from, and we might even be able to pick up the mission. So let's head back to Antony Station. So we got to this lake, and we approached the edge, and we eventually encounter this creature, and it's this giant turtle, like giant massive like turtle thing, but it also has like these almost like flippers for feet instead of normal like turtle feet. It's like this half creature of like, and it's giant. And one of our people in our group actually can talk with it, so he's relaying message back to us this whole way through. And the creature basically is it's like we end up finding out it's from some other dimension, and it's kind of like over here, and it's collecting things. It's got a little hoard of stuff in this cave. There's a waterfall and a cave behind it, but ultimately, basically, we have to take it down, right? So we start combat, and this is kind of where the hilarity ensues for me. Was I rolled. Like, I would say I was the most useless fighter that had ever existed. Because I couldn't roll higher than a 3 on a 20-sided dice. I rolled some natural 1s, and I rolled a bunch of 3s for my hits and all this kind of stuff. Like, it was just constant. About 3/4 of the way through the combat, one of the guys that was with me too, he took the dice away from me that I was using. Like, okay, that's enough of that dice, and he gives me a different one. And the really funny thing about it was, I continued to roll just as bad with the new dice, and he actually started rolling as bad as I was rolling with my dice, which I thought was really funny. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty amusing. But so some of the amusing stuff that happened in the combat though was there was at one point we followed it into the cave, and we were attacking it in the cave. And so I made a running, like I ran at it, and I had my sword, and I was trying to be all like fancy about it. And so I leaped at it, and I was holding my my two-handed sword, my long sword in my hand, coming at it, jumped through the air. I was gonna try and pierce it, and then my plan was to like pierce it and get on its back, and then just keep attacking it from close range. Rolled a natural 1. And the GM at the moment was just like the look on his face was hilarious. So I jumped in and decided to give him a little help on what happened to me. So I decided that the way that I was going to role play that natural 1, because they're actually really fun to play, I've discovered, was that I ran at the giant turtle. And because we just came out of the water, it's covered in water, I'm covered in water, I jump and leap at it, but I overshoot my jump. And I actually land flat first on my stomach on the back of the turtle, and I slide full speed across the top of the turtle, and my head hits the actual rock of the cave. And I knock myself out. So I'm now laying on the ground. So that was one of the hilarious moments. Of course, eventually I wake up. So one of the guys, bring me back or whatever. But yeah, that was an amusing little role play adventure that I had there. I quite enjoyed. One of the other things that happened too was before we got into the cave, one of my companions. Like, because the monster was in the water, right? And so it jumped in the water and ran into the cave. He followed so he jumped into the water to follow, and he was going to basically try and swim under the waterfall and get into the cave, like climb up into the cave. Well, he fails his swim check, so he's under the waterfall and he's like drowning. So me and my infinite wisdom, because I wasn't thinking at the time, I jump in after him. I'm gonna save him. But I'm a fighter, and I'm in heavy chainmail. And then I also roll a really bad swim check. So now the two of us are under the waterfall getting beaten by the water, and we're both kind of like trying not to like drown and die. So the hero needed saving. And then actually what happened is the other guy managed to crawl out and then helped me out. So the one that came to save him ultimately was saved by the saver. Or, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. The saver was saved by the person who was supposed to be rescued. That was pretty amusing. It's also kind of funny when you have a thought in your brain about how you think the savee, there you go, how you think the battle's gonna go, right? So when we first encountered the monster, it jumped into like it talked with us for a bit, and then it jumped into the lake, and then went running into the cave. We discovered that there was this hole in the side of the cave. And so people were, what I thought they were running for this hole in the cave. What I thought they were going to do was run up to the side of the cave, getting ready to either go in or try and lure it back out and be ready to attack, right? So me being all awesome, this is where I use all my great rolls, right? Is I dash for a tree, I climb up the tree, I get in position. I had a bow, so I'm like, I'm preparing to attack. And I did this beautiful move to get up into the tree, and everything is wonderful. And then everybody just dashes straight into the cave and start. And of course, the monster is in the cave waiting because he knows the monster knows the only way in. So it's waiting there on the other side of this thing. Everybody just runs right in, right past me. My covering shot means nothing because they're all gone, and they're all just getting attacked by this thing. So it's just like, okay, well, guess I have to run in too. And that's when I decided to save the person that jumped in the water, which didn't work out so well. But yeah. You gotta love it when you have this beautiful plan in your mind, and then none of the other players go along with it. Your natural one means you went from a sword to a spoon. yeah, I was playing slip and slide with the evil creature. What armor were you wearing? I think it was chainmail, or maybe it was. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was a level 3 fighter. Like it was a pre-made character that they handed me. But yeah, like I was in a lot of metal, like heavy metal, chainmail or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was anymore, but it was heavy. I had to take the dog out. What did I miss? I just telling stories about my roleplay adventures. I got more though. Don't worry, you didn't miss too much. My router is rolling natural ones. I'm going to fix that. Nice. Contagiously unlucky and unbuoyant. Yeah, pretty much, Merlin. All right, so I just picked up my mission, right? I did. All right, so we haven't finished the massacre, or sorry, the massacre. Oh yeah, it is massacred pirates. I have this mission here, the Federal Navy courier job. Where does this go? Alright, so it goes back to this system. This is... I don't think we're wanted there. This is where we're wanted, right? Alright, so I'm just thinking, like, we're almost at 7 o'clock. Let's just take a look around the galaxy here. I do have... We have a couple of people out doing their own thing, probably. So yeah, so if there's anybody around that wants to... It doesn't look like there's anybody around right now to RP with. So here's my thought. I'm probably not going to do a full hour because I'm still new to this whole RP thing, and role-playing with other people, like in a D&D type thing, was super easy and fun, and you can play off of... like, what I found the most fun was playing off of other people. Like what they do, and then kind of like taking your cues from that, as well as what the GM decides to throw your way. So I'm going to try. What I'm thinking here is what I can try and do is try and role play my level up here. So I've got a Federal Navy courier job, which I have 23 hours to finish. And I've also got this Jet Rats faction pirates to finish. So I've got these 2 missions. So let's take a look and see if they've got an interdictor here. And what I'm thinking I might do is way past 7. Where is it? Where I am, it's 7:50. So you're an hour ahead of me. So you're Central? Yeah, I'm Mountain Time. So you must be Central Time then, right? Is that an hour ahead? I think so. Striker EXE has rebooted. Alright, so let's go... Is the interdictor a utility? I forget. Killer scanner... Wake scanner... No. Optional internal. Just grab for this 2 slot. Now, maybe, oh, FSD interdictor. Okay. Let's grab. Oh, let's frame shift drive interdictor 2A. That gives me a bit of range. We still have more than enough power. So let's grab this. This lets me try and pull a pirate out of space. Hello, Arius. Hey, Arius, welcome. Arius Online. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. That sounds interesting. I would be in proximity, but I'm not ready jet hope to get in done next week. Yep, no worries. No worries. I'm just going to try and do a little short one. We'll see how this goes, right? Because I haven't just to give you guys a heads up, like the last time I roleplayed on the channel, I had Bulls here and I could play off of him, right? Back and forth with conversation. This time I'm going to try and do this all on my own. So we'll see how this goes. But basically what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to roleplay ranking up. I've got the Federal Courier job, and I've also got these 2 pirates that I have to find and kill, right? So here's the plan. We're gonna start leaving this station, and I'm gonna fly to Gamako. And I need to, but I'm basically gonna say, I think the way that I'll try and roleplay this is, to get my promotion, even though I know the mission says just deliver the car. Actually, here's an idea, and I don't know how well this will work, but like I know I'm wanted in this system, so I think what I'll try and do is I'm going to say that to get to this, and I know this is going to be a bit contrived, but hey, whatever, right? I'm going to be my own GM right now. We need to get here and deliver the mission, right? But I want to force myself. I'm gonna fly through Gamako on the way, and basically the idea being I need to fly through dangerous space to deliver this cargo or document or whatever it is, this to the Federal Navy base here in this system, right? So, oops, that's not what I... Did I just buy exploration data? Oops. All right, so we're gonna need to go here ultimately. So what's the name of the base that we're heading to? Fawcett Mine. So we've been here once before, actually, but we need to get to Fawcett Mine and deliver this package to the Federal Navy. But we're going through dangerous. We have to fly through dangerous territory to get there, which is going to be the system we're wanted in, which is this system over here. So I'm going to plot a course to here, and what I'm going to do is once we get into this system, to simulate that I had to like fly through a dangerous space to get where we're going, is where I'm going to fly. How far away is this? Okay, I'm going to fly all the way to the last planet in the system, and that's going to be simulating a journey through dangerous space, carrying these precious documents. And if I can make it, I'm hoping that I get interdicted on the way, and that we have a little bit of a battle ensue that I need to either, evade, or if it's one of the pirates that maybe were sent after me, right, to try and take the document, I can engage with them, and then I'm gonna fly over to here and then get to the planet and drop off the document, and then I'll end the RP there, and see how that goes. See if it was fluid enough, and if you guys enjoyed it. So when I do go into RP mode, I'll show you guys what that looks like. I'll flip this button over here and you'll see the little RP mode in the top left hand corner. Once that happens, then I'll be in official RP mode, which means that I won't be interacting with the chat like I normally do. If you guys are around, if you guys are around and you want to interact with me, feel free to try and be a pirate or be somebody that's helping escort me or whatever. Maybe this is ideas for the future. I know that people aren't around right now, but ideas for the future, even not having a full-fledged backstory or whatever, right? But maybe not for today, obviously, but for the future is if I do... this is the kind of thing I want to try and plan ahead a bit, right? So just so you guys know, and I didn't have a chance to do this last week, and I feel kind of bad about that, but I'm going to be trying to kind of come up with these scenarios in the Discord, and interact with you guys there to kind of like have the basic scenario that I've laid out right now kind of ready to go. And then people know when it's going to start, and they can join in and be a part of it. Like I'll try and, you know, get some, you know, I can make it, I can't make it kind of stuff in the Discord chat itself, and then kind of play this out. You know, some people that are there to help me, maybe some people that are trying to stop me. But of course, all the roleplay rules apply, right? There's no just straight out ganking. There's no just straight out attack. There's communication that has to happen, opening voice comms and communicating with each other. Try and role play things out, because without conversation there's no role play, in my opinion. That's the real fun part comes in. So that's kind of what I'm going to try and do here. So we'll see how this goes, and I hope it's not too awkward, because I'm you know, give me some slack. I'm really new to this. And then once we're done with that, we'll go back to normal play mode, and I'll tell you more stories about what happened in my D&D adventures. But yeah, so here's the plan. Let's just catch up on the chat really quick here. Don't forget fire groups for interdictor. Thank you. I will do that before we start. Federal running dog. That's right. Arius Fusion Core Inc. is now online. Sorry I got here late. I was doing some work. That's totally understandable, Quackpew Duck. I need to call it a night. Yeah, no worries. You have a great one, and thanks for joining. Yeah, it snowed till April, like April. Did you experience that, Striker? Oh, you were just talking about where around you are. Yeah, it's no more snow here. Thankfully, up here in Canuckland. Encryption status online. Yep, Iowa. Oh wow. At least I got to take the sled out. Nice. And mind your PS and QS. P's and Q's. Oh. Right. Thank you. All right. Yes, I'll take a sip of that tea to get ready for this. All right, so we're gonna give this a go. That's the basic role play. Whew. I'm a little nervous, so let's see how this goes. Oh, right, I wanted to outfit. No. I wanted to set up a group for. So I'm gonna turn off this, and I'm gonna throw the interdictor into here. So we have that ready to go. Yep, we got all of that set up. We'll start at the surface. Active camo mug. Striker. Anubis is the smart SMRT. I've been smart 16 times now. All right, I'm totally winging this, guys. So I don't know how awkward this is going to be. Bear with me. Just got myself a mission from the Federal Navy. They gave me a package. I don't know what this package is, but they told me it was extremely imperative that I get it to, oh man, what's the name of that place again? It is Fawcett Mine. Gotta get it to Fawcett Mine before time runs out. I don't know exactly what this is all about and why it's so important, but they were really adamant that I get it there as fast as I possibly can. So we're gonna get going here. I'm just gonna keep this log just in case anything goes wrong along the way. I'm talking to myself. I know it's a little weird, but if I don't make it for whatever reason, I want to make sure that somebody knows that I did my best to make it there. I have to head through Gamico, sadly, and I know that there are enemies of the Federation there. So I'm really hoping that I can make it through alive. Prepare the frameshift drive. Astra, are you there?
Astra online.
Excellent.
Speed restrictions are now lifted. Flight control signing
Thank you, flight control. Make the jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Charging.
Ooh, here goes nothing. Leaving Anthony Station now.
3, 2, 1.
Which base always gives me the creeps. You never know what's going to happen to you in here. It feels like something's going to happen to you in here. Alright, we've arrived. Yep, my nav computer has already told me that I'm wanted in this system. They definitely don't like us here. Alright, I've got my exit nav point just under 3,000 light seconds away. I'm gonna make it through the system. And then we have to plot a course to our final destination. There could be pirates everywhere. Let's take a look around. Nick. I don't know if I've heard that name before. Oh, Nick is a jet rat. He is one of the targets I know that was coming after this document. Maybe I will try and sneak up on him instead. He's just an eagle. Try and take him out before he notices that I'm even here. Got my frameshift drive interdictor all online and ready to go. Let's see if we can get close into him. How far away is he now? 30 light years. Alright. Gotta keep him in my sights. Oh, he's a fast little guy. Keep him in the center of my sights here. Oh. Wow. Okay. I think I've got him. I think we're winning. Yep. Nick, you are not gonna get me. I'm gonna get you. Nobody is taking these documents from me. Lock on. There you are. Let's get behind him. Shields up, or no, I mean my weapons online, and come in. Oh, he's a slippery little guy. He's fast. Come on. Alright, got his shields down. And fire! Nope. Yeah, he turned on me, a little quick little guy. Oh, there we go. That's one down. Whew. Whew. Okay, that was a little easier than I was hoping. Thought it was going to be tougher, that little fast little eagle. See if there's anything interesting that he left behind. Any interesting materials he left behind. It doesn't look like it. Nothing worth picking up. Just tracked our... Oh. Alright, that's one down. There's another pirate I know that was coming. I head back into Super Cruise. See if I can get through this system. We've traveled about 800 light seconds out of our 28 or so 100 light seconds to get through the system. There might be another... There's an eagle behind me. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to scan him. Is that the other guy? He can come in behind me if that's the guy coming for these papers. I know I should just go. I should just head out of the system and go. If my superiors get it... Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, we're going in. If my superiors get this and I didn't make it, I should have left this guy alone, but I think he was coming for me. And I'm going to get him instead. Out of range, come on. Basti, you're in my sights. Come on, come on. Slow down. Oh, he's pulling away. Where is he heading? He's heading off to that planet in the distance. When he gets within the gravitational well, I should be able to catch him. Gamiko 5. If you find my wreckage around Gamiko 5, like I said before, I should have left. Probably already be out of the system by this point. But I think we're gonna get him. Let's check check the logs here. Kills confirmed, 0 of 2. Huh. My targeting computer didn't capture that last kill for some reason. Come on. Come on. Oh, we're gaining. Are we gaining? What's going on here? Wow, he's slippery. Okay, I should be able to head him off now. In range. Mission failure. Ah! It's slippery. What's going on with my interdiction? Oh, what happened to him? Did he just drop out? Did I lose him? I don't think I have a scanner. I can't go after him. Sadly, I did not equip to scan wakes. Well, here's another eagle. Josh Wright. Are you one of my... no, you are not. Alright, well, I think I scared him. I scared him off. Let's, there's another pirate, but he's definitely not one of the ones that I was warned about. I'm going to start heading towards my extraction point now. About 1,800 light seconds away. We'll see if we can get out of the system. Redistributed my pips across all systems at this point. Looks like everything's online. I'm going to have to check my FSD interdictor in the future and when I dock and see if there was a malfunction. I just bought that thing. We're almost out of the system. I don't see anybody on my... yeah. I think Basti, I scared him. He ran from me. That's one way to do it. We're almost going to pass this planet. Alright. We've cleared the gravity well. Let's bring up the target, or the galaxy map, and I'm going to lock on to Col 285 Sector DI-P B20-2. This is our destination system. Let's line up.
Frameshift drive charging.
Charge the FSD. So far so good. This has gone smoother than I expected. And looks like I'm going to make it out of the system alright. So, jumping out of the dangerous territory, heading into Federation space. Should be smooth sailing from here, but we'll see. Back in witch space once again. Crisp me out. Alright, let's scan the system, get the information for this place. Looks like we are friendly here. Our computer seems to be online, telling us all of the wonderful things. Alright, we've got the system information. We have to head over to B4 here. We're trying to get to Fawcett Mine. We still got it. What is it? It's only about 600, just under 700 light seconds away. Oh, let's get comfortable. Just kind of fly in. I don't think that there's any more danger on the way. Doesn't look like it. Let's check out. Oh, we got a bandit, or at least that's the name of a ship. Why would you call your ship Bandit? That's an interesting choice. Imperial Clipper called a Bandit. If I ever run into Leah Farrell on the planet's surface, I'm gonna have to ask her what she was thinking. Naming a ship Bandit. It kind of puts a target on your back. Although, Federal Clipper, most people probably avoid you anyway. Oh, Jamico Jet Rats. Oh my goodness, it's a wanted pirate. Might be trying to interdict me before I can get to my location. We will see. They flew ahead of me. I did not expect this. Right, passing by the main star. Brown dwarf. Got the pirate behind me now. This could go badly. Let's see if we can make it into the planet's gravity well before catch up to me. Oh, I might have snuck behind the star. It looks like the bandit is turning around and going the other way. Whew. Now we gotta land on this planet without pancaking. Should be fine. I've been doing these landings for quite some time now. But wouldn't that be interesting? They pull my black box out of the ship with the crater that I made on the planet, and I'd taken out one pirate, evaded another, and evaded a third actually within sight of the planet, only to crater and fail on my own accord. Let's make that not happen. Oh, I think I'm coming in too steep. Slow it down, I'm coming in too steep. Oh no. I think pull it off. Okay, pulled off. Okay, we're coming in, dropping into cruise. Came in really fast there. Thought I was going to do exactly what I didn't want to do there. Almost cratered right into the planet's surface. I might have to scrub that from the logs before I turn in this document. Almost there. Alright, I'm within sight of Fawcett Mine. Not quite within range.
Alpha November uniform. This is flight control. Please follow established docking procedures and request access before you approach the boat.
Will do, flight control, thank you.
Set down on landing pad 06.
06 is in sight. Approaching at a reasonable speed. Might be a little fast for the flight control, but I think it's just fine. Dropping the landing gear. Let's line this up. Deliver this package. Get our promotion. Call it a day. And safely touch down. Just in case those pirates come by, let's get inside of the hangar here.
Landing successful.
Still could shoot me from orbit. I'm going to request a refuel and a restock just to make sure that I'm good to go. I think that make these systems, the performance of these would be a little bit better. All right, Federal Navy courier. All right, so we're delivering the documents. Bart Bates, I've arrived. I have the documents for you. Where would you like me to put them? Right down on the table here, huh? All right.
Incoming message.
Thank you. I'm glad that you noted my success. And I believe you said that I would have a message. Promotion. All right, I've got it. It's official. They sent me the notice. My rank has been increased to Warrant Officer. And not only that, they issued me a permit to the PLX 695 system. I might have to go check that place out in the future. Awesome. Okay, what did you guys think? It wasn't quite as awkward as I thought it was going to be. I actually kind of fell into it a little bit as we went there. I might have to scroll up through the comments a bit here and kind of see what you guys were thinking along the way. I see Golden Freddy showed up. Hi, Golden Freddy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll through all of this stuff, but yeah, you guys repeat your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. How can I, like, did you like it? I did, one thing that I was trying to do, so I kind of on the fly came up with the idea of recording a ship log because I thought it would be very, very boring for me to be, just not talking the entire time, right? So I ad-libbed that. I kind of like that idea. Maybe I need to formalize it a little bit more. Maybe kind of go more Mark Watney style, maybe in the future, instead of just commentating my entire thoughts. But at the same time, I kind of thought that just a continual ship log kind of worked. I don't know. Stanislavski would be proud, AR. Thank you. Thank you, Merlin. And I did get my federal rank. Look at this. Warrant Officer. Oh, and I'm already 69% into Warrant Officer, too. Look at that. How I feel. This is how I feel when I have to sit by myself at lunch. Not often. It was awkward, but not terrible. I can say that. The ship log bit was nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I imagine I'll, like, I hope anyway, that I'll get better at that as the more we do it. And I definitely think that it would be better the more people there are to interact with. I think I did see somebody say interdictum along the way, and that is exactly what that kind of stuff. I'd like a bit of balance. So if you know, some people came in to try and interdict me and stop whatever my mission is, and some people could try and help me, right? Like wing up with me maybe and help me along the way. Both sides of that I think would be pretty cool. Your mission target should identify on the left where wanted status shows. Oh yeah, you're right. It was part of the right faction, I think, but I know I kind of like, I saw a wanted person along the way. It was the right faction. I thought, hey, getting a little bit of combat would be a little fun. That was that was nice. Hope to see more in the future. Yes, I hope to see more in the future too. So it was about half an hour for that little mission. That's good to know. So I can plan something a little bit longer than that. If we're trying to like fit that hour section to begin with, anyway, to fit that hour section in the middle. With roleplay. Better at talking to yourself. Yes, well, I've been talking to myself for years now on YouTube. But not in roleplay mode, right? So that's slightly new. And by slightly, I mean completely. You finish one of those missions as I just began a almost identical mission. Nice, Faded. And welcome. I don't think I saw you in the chat yet. If you were earlier, I missed you with the ERP. Yeah, if I was role-playing, I'd have to try and destroy ya, as I'm currently declared for Patrius. See, and that's actually excellent backstory there too, right? Like, if you're with Patrius, and I was role-playing doing a federal mission, right? That's the lore of the system works out that way, right? Again, though, take a look at the rules around the roleplay stuff. You can check that out in the RP meta, and I actually did role play out basically an interaction in that chat, kind of like giving an example of kind of how I see the whole conversation of things going, and how it can kind of go in a completely different direction than you were thinking. Obviously, just showing up, interdicting, and opening fire without opening communications and talking, that's not allowed. There has to be, the whole point of this is role play, right? So there has to be interaction, there has to be conversation happening. That makes sense, and an opportunity for the person that is the target, in this case it would have been me, to talk their way out of it if they can. Talking to yourself, I do that all the time. Play video games. Yeah, exactly. Anyone else or just me? I didn't used to, but when I started my YouTube channel, I talked, like, as you guys know, I talk to myself all the time now when I play video games. But of course, in those ones, I'm always talking to myself as me. Here Lies New Raw claims to be good at talking to themselves. And it's a nut ward. Yes, totally. You should make a scrolling text thing at the bottom right that says you are in roleplay mode and will not be checking the chat for a bit. Well, so I don't know if you noticed it. I did have an overlay. I'll turn it on again really quick here. The top left-hand corner, roleplay mode, and then I have bang RP for info. So I didn't want it to be too big or distracting, right? So I had that in the corner to let you know, and there is the RP command that people can run from within the chat that gives you a bit more information. I'm not sure if it says that I won't be interacting so much with the chat at that. I think it does, but yeah, great idea. I kind of thought about it. Hopefully it has the right message I didn't want there to be too much like distraction in the chat, so like a scrolling banner. Maybe that's something I want to do. Maybe the overlay thing was not obvious enough. Giving an example. So if you see a comment from me, it's just an example. Taka? I was talking about I gave an example in RP Meta. I actually role played out a whole. Is that not working? See, Arius trying. Oh, what just happened there? Something just happened. Oh, I've got a communication coming in.
Be careful, Anubis. There's danger.
Thank you for the information. I'll keep an eye out. Sweet. Assuming that yeah, okay, there we go. She was trying to figure out how to turn it off, maybe. But yeah, that's cool, actually. I like that. That's exactly the kind of stuff. Okay, end it. I think I did. Did I not? I don't know. Obviously, we need to figure out how this works. I thought that all you had to do was leave voice comms group. Voice comms. I'm not sure what's happening here. This worked really well before. Oh, I feel like there's a menu that's I'm not seeing. Yeah. What is going on here? It's bugged out right now. Alright, here I'm gonna head to the menu. But yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about. The awesome example, Taka. I really enjoyed that. That was cool. Alright, let's go back into the private group. That's weird. I don't know what happened there with the voice stuff. Just got Petty Officer. Time to go check out Soul. Nice. Faded. Nice. So what have I missed so far, Walter Appleby? Welcome. So I started off trying to get enough reputation to get a mission to become a warrant officer, and then told a couple of stories about my tabletop adventures, and then did a little bit of role play to actually get my promotion to warrant officer, which I have now. And now we're just kind of doing a bit of a post-mortem on what we all thought of it and how I can improve it in the future and hopefully get some more people involved as we go. And so for the rest of the stream, I'm going to be playing like normal and continuing to work on whatever we want to work on in the game. And I'm going to tell some more stories about my second roleplay adventure that I did just a couple of days ago. This second one, I definitely felt like I got into the feel of the game a lot better. So I have some more like the stories I had from the battle with the giant multi-dimensional turtle I thought were fun, but I think you guys will like the stories of the next adventure a little bit more. But let us get started on something while I tell that story. Alright, so I am at Fawcett Mine. So I could keep working on... So one thing that I do need, that I have been working on, right, is the engineers. I've got all of them on, like, I know about all of them now. The only two, or the only ones that I haven't actually unlocked yet are these last three. So, Laurie Jameson, I can't even get the invite for until I'm dangerous. Bill Turner, I need Bromolite. We might dedicate a stream to this in the future. I think it was Lot. I think Lot was offering his services to help do the mining. So if you guys want to help do mining and all that kind of stuff in the future, let me know, and we can try and like plan a stream around collecting a bunch of Bromolite. We also need to get these shield pattern analysis. I've tried to do this a couple of streams. I don't really feel like doing this tonight, so we're not going to. So I think what might be fun is to try and continue to get better at my combat skills with fixed weapons that I've been working on for a little while. So I'm going to try and continue to get towards the dangerous rank. And I believe to do that right, I need to fight people that are my rank or higher to continue my combat rate. So I'm currently expert. Do people know offhand what the ranks are from expert to dangerous? I could look this up. Elite, dangerous, combat ranks. All right, so I want to get to deadly. I am currently expert. Oh wow, I've got a ways to go. No, I want to get to dangerous. Okay, so I'm at expert. Next level is master, then dangerous. All right, so I've got how much left in expert? 37. I'm only 37% into expert, so we got quite a ways to go here. So I can fight expert, master, dangerous, deadly, and elite are the ones that I care about fighting. I do not want to fight harmless, mostly harmless, novice, or competent. And I also believe the higher the rank, the better, right? So if I can take down a bunch of elites, that will increase my experience faster. So expert, master, dangerous, deadly, and elite. I'm going to keep this up on the left-hand side so we can keep an eye on that. I do have an interdictor now. So we could head back to the place I'm wanted in and see if we can interdict some pirates and attack a few people, or maybe just go to a res site, a has-res site or something like that. Where do you guys want me to go for combat? What's your thoughts on that? Walter, he talked to himself. That's all you need to know. I was keeping a log of my journey just in case I died so that the feds knew what happened to me. See, I actually tried to come up with an in-game roleplay reason for doing it. And that was a goal. We do missions. Actually, I wonder, yeah, let's go to the Starport Services. Let's see if there's maybe like an assassination mission or something like that. Discord can wreak havoc on audio levels for various applications. Oh, maybe. No, didn't figure out how to close the comms. Yeah, I should have been able to close them too, though. That was weird. Like the stream, lurkers, it cost you nothing but the mouse click. Either Lot or Fern. Yeah, you're right. It could have been either of them. Anubis, you sure don't want to become red. Oh gosh, what does red stand for? Elite Wiki is your friend here. Also correct, yeah. You got to clear that mission. Oh, you're right. I got to finish that mission. Yeah. Totally. Let's do that first. So that is... It should say mission target, right? But it... Correct me if I'm wrong, but... Do you guys hear that? What was that noise? Okay, that was a little creepy. Was that an in-game noise or? Oh, goodness, that was really creepy. I don't know what that was. Am I just hearing things now? That was cool how Taka did the comms in actual game. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm trying to... That's how I want to get this to, where we're actually doing that in-game. Could not figure out how Discord did that. No, yeah, you're right. It was it was in-game. But that's where we're going. That's the kind of thing that I want to encourage. No, it was directly in the game, not through Discord. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Go wreck a combat zone. Okay, well, we can go there afterwards. I'm going to finish this mission first, and then we can maybe go to a combat zone. Go get some cheese. Yep, they should ID as mission target. Don't worry, it's just the NSA breathing down your phone. No, I heard that too. Not sure. Yeah, what was that? All right. Well, I'm going to go into this system again, where we're wanted. And I'm just gonna fly. Let's fly to this planet, and then see if we can interdict some pirates. Okay, I wasn't aware that we were playing a horror game. I wasn't either. I'm not a fan of this idea. I don't know what's going on. Your ship is now haunted by the dead pilot that had that ship last. Yeah, gosh. There's actually an idea that, like, that's a kind of a roleplay idea that I could incorporate into my character as well, where there's these noises that happen and kind of like almost like a little horror story that happens while I'm flying along. Not too often, or you know, over and over again, because I think that would get old quickly if it was happening too much. Pi plus rat equals pirate. Oh, I see what you did there. Nice. Well, I see what you did there now that you spelled it out for me, I should say. Actually, speaking of a role-play haunted Elite Dangerous thing, one of the videos I've seen on YouTube that kind of has inspired some of the stuff that I'm working on for my own channel would be, what was it called? Whispers? If you guys haven't seen this, you should totally check it out. Shibuka, I believe. So find Shibuka's YouTube channel and look for a video he did called Whispers. I believe it was called Whispers. It was like a horror story. I want to make sure I'm not getting this wrong. Let me quickly check. Yes, an Elite Dangerous horror story. I'll stick it in the chat for you guys if you're interested. It was really well done and really creepy. But if you're wondering kind of like some of the things that I'm planning or thinking about for my own channel, that style of video / role play is kind of what I'm working on for some content for my channel. Not horror, but in the world of Elite. So there you go. Check that out. It's kind of scary.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, another example would be what was the name? Draven Dark, I think it's called.
4, 3, 2,
1. I can't remember now. But it's a really cool kind of ongoing series that I have been kind of watching on YouTube as well. It's normally like, you know, 4 or 5 months between episodes, but it's pretty neat. Aisling Duval has just dropped into my chat. I am honored. Welcome. Greetings to you. And if people don't know who Aisling Duval is, right here. Aisling Duval. One of the Empire... Aisling Duval, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the Empire power that doesn't believe in slavery. And you want to abolish it in the Empire, and you're doing all you can to free as many slaves as you can. And I approve of these efforts. And Aisling Duval just subscribed. Thank you very much. I feel quite honored. I will help. I am planning to help you in your efforts to free the slaves. Just so you know, my entire career in Elite Dangerous, I have never ever once traded in slaves, and I never will. Oh god, it's Shreds. You might not want to tell her that, Shreds. She's one of the power plays, that's right. Your Majesty bows. Alright, let's see. Do we have any... We got an eagle over here. We're looking for pirates. Wanted. So he's wanted, he's a jet rat, but he isn't one of my mission targets, huh? That's too bad. Yeah, careful with the language though in the chat there, Aisling. Even blotted out. We try and keep it clean here. I have fallen ill today, and I am just visiting Elite Dangerous live streams, and yours caught my attention. Have to subscribe. Well, thank you. I hope you're enjoying. Alright, so you're wanted, but you're not a mission target. Why are you not a mission target? Yeah, no worries. I mean, people don't know until they come in, right? So, oh, mission target. Here we go. Wing of 2 as well. All right. So we need to interdict you. Let's get behind. There's gonna be 2 of them. Out of range. Come on. Oh, he's going into the extraction site. Can I grab you? Come on. Before he drops in. Ah! Resource extraction site. Well, let's drop into the... This might be a bad idea, though. Because we're wanted here as well. I didn't want to... no. We should find somebody who is... okay, well, let's try, and we can run if we need to. I want to lock onto the extraction site. Oh, I am locked on. Okay, good. I just try to keep it PG and clean because there's a lot of different age groups that watch. Just keep it friendly for everyone. There's no need. That's what it comes down to. There really is no need. Although poop is a highly accepted term. Oh. Okay, where are we? Federal assault ship. Came in too far away. Eagle. Are you my target? Wanted. Not my target, but you are wanted. And you are... What's your rank? Dangerous. Okay, so you are of a level that I can help get ranked up as well. Let's see if we can take you out.
Scan detected.
Deploy heat sink.
Deploying heat sink.
quick. Nice. Alright. Imperial or Clipper. Probably don't necessarily want to attack you, but let's see. We got some battles going on over here. We are wanted, so we have to be careful about the clean people. You're not a mission target. Come on. We need a mission target. Wanted. Love the chieftain. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the chieftain. Wanted, not mission target. You're really using turrets on that thing? Yeah, I'm using them as a way that I can, because I'm basically the turret. What the turrets are for is literally a way for me to have a bit of a handicap while I try and get better at the fixed weapons. See, I want to be able to actually still get like shots in while I am learning how to fire my big guns. Oh, come on. They're a handicap right now. Eventually, I'm hoping to get rid of them and go all fixed.
Warning.
Deploy heatsink.
Deployed.
Right now, I'm trying to learn. They're my handicap. This way, I still get some shots in while I'm lining my shots up. Deploy heatsink.
Heatsink deployed now.
Got him.
Impressive.
Thank you, Astra. Wanted. We have 2. I want a mission target. Come on, guys. Give me a mission target. Deadly. You're clean. Oop. Nope. Let's get out of here. That way. We got a bunch more targets over here. It's only like the 3rd most maneuverable ship in the game. Gimbals at least. Then practice fixed with detargeted when chaffing. Yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there, I promise. Ooh, he's got a lot of guns.
Warning.
Deploy heatsink.
Deploying heatsink.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
I should definitely engineer these things too if I'm going to keep doing more of this.
Warning.
Deploy heatsink.
Heatsink deployed.
Flight assist off.
This battle shows you why I need the turrets at the moment.
Taking damage.
I have to get out of here, I think. This guy is... sink.
Deployed.
Heat sink deployed. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Shields online. Taking damage.
Ooh, come on.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Warning.
Ah,
Temperature critical. Under attack. Shields offline. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Heart attack. Taking internal damage.
got him down pretty good. I think I can get him.
Warning. Temperature critical. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Warning.
Damage. Shields
Deploy
online.
heatsink.
Heatsink deploying now.
I'm really good at forgetting my... Speaking of which... Deploy shield cell bank.
Shields offline. Taking damage.
Shield cell bank. They're offline now anyway. Never mind. That command never seems to work for me when I do remember it either.
Temperature critical. Canopy critical.
Warning.
3%.
The temperature is rising.
Canopy
Deploy shield cell bank.
10%.
Heatsink.
Deployed.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Shields online.
3%, come on!
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Oh,
Taking damage. Shields offline.
okay.
Tremendous.
We got him, but now I definitely need to go somewhere and get repaired. So let's take a look at a system that doesn't want us. Oh, I can turn off this now. We were going... Let's... I don't want to go back to the place where we... like the planetary one. Or was... Did we leave here? Is this where we had the planetary one, or where we had the space station? That was the planetary
Shields
one.
online.
Oops. I've lost my other dot. What's this one? Maybe it was here? Yes, Antony. There we go.
Cannot comply.
Wow. 28%. Let's get out of here. Realize news raw. If you can't hit the broadside of a cutter at 10 meters, then you should change your profession. There's only one way to get better. Oh!
Offline. Hull integrity critical. Canopy compromised.
We're in an asteroid belt. And the dark side of an asteroid belt. Okay, why don't we get out of the asteroid belt first, and then... Come on. God, I can't believe I just did that. Almost on splat hour, yeah. SCB only work when shields are still up. Yeah, I know. And I was trying to actually do it before they went down, and I always forget. And then normally they go off after they've gone down, because I always forget until I'm on the last bar. I'm so bad with SCBs, like so bad. There's always the battering ram method. I did that at the end, even after I got it to 0 by accident. As much as possible, try to avoid being rammed by Fed ships. Yeah, they are heavily armored tanks. Agree with you there. Didn't mean to do that. Your mess of hull reinforcements was saving you there. Yeah, I know. That's why I put them in.
Frameshift drive charging.
Anubis, what do you think about using Thargoid tech to make your hulls heal? I haven't. So I will say, like, I normally am pretty up to date on what's going on in Elite Dangerous, but my job, my work has gone out of control a little bit over the last month or so, and just my time has been spent all over the place. So I'm not exactly sure exactly what's going on at the moment. So I don't know. Last I heard, we didn't have Thargoid tech to do that. So I don't know. Is that just a general question, or is that because there's actually something like that coming into the game that we know about now? Either way, I think it's a cool idea. We all do. We all do. Bop. Yeah, exactly. Hit the only rock for kilometers. Yep. That's my style. You remember the icebreaker? They had them later on. But it was never as satisfying as the original. Do you remember Icebreaker? How couldn't I? We still don't have it. Just a thought I had. It's a good thought. I like it. I would love... So, like, we've got Guardian tech that we can get now, right? So I'm hoping eventually, yeah, we'll like, start getting some Thargoid, like, because they do regenerate. So that would be awesome if you had a hull regenerating component that you could put on your ship that would fix you up slowly over time. I like that idea. That's really cool. The idea of bioships is kind of cool as long as it isn't overly fleshy and gross. What's wrong with fleshy and gross? That was definitely a cool idea. I don't think that would be overly fleshy and gross. So, like, if you look at the Thargoid tech that we already have been able to explore within the game, right, like the bases and things that we have, they're like that tech. It definitely has a more scaly look to it, I would say, but not fleshy and gross. From what we've seen so far, so I don't think that that's how that would go. Probably be more reptilian looking, or maybe even alien kind of looking, like xenomorph. I get a bit of that feel when you drive through those alien bases. The time I should probably land before I reach that. Especially being low on hull and good at running into things. The time you gave it to me, I was overjoyed to run a VOG with it. The idea of bishops is kind of cool, as long as it isn't overly fleshy and gross. Oh, bioships. Sorry, wow, I said bishops that time. Okay, I've read that comment. Never mind. But yes, I do. True, feels more solid than fleshy. Yeah, exactly. Farm not game. The cave. Rahul still remembers. Anubis, are those Thargoid bases or motherships? Ever thought of that? Yes, actually, we've had conversations about that in this in these live streams in the past, actually. Because one of the kind of like thoughts around that, right, was that the why did I go into that? That's not what I wanted to do. Was that because the big bases and stuff were found after the, you know, like the barnacles and stuff. We also know that like the ships come in and they interact with the barnacles with some kind of a laser beam or some kind of a beam, right? And one of the ideas that floated around that we were talking about before was that maybe those giant bases are maybe motherships, but they're being literally growing out of the ground, right? Like that the first stage is like those barnacles, and the ships that are coming, because a lot of people were thinking maybe that the ships were being fueled by the barnacles, but what if we invert that, right? And let's say the ships are bringing resources to feed the barnacles that then help them grow into these giant mega base things that are actually, say, motherships that then eventually will pull off of the planet and fly into space, right? And that's a neat idea. Gotta go. May your aim stay true, Anubis. Thank you very much, Krated, and have a great one. For the rock you hit, I mean, yes. Oh my goodness. All right, I wanted to go to advanced maintenance because we want to fix up my integrity. There we go. All right. So we're still trying to find these mission targets. Now that we're repaired, let's head back to here. Let's see if we can find some of these pirates that are maybe not in a resource extraction site. I will head back towards there just in case. It's the next option. Or maybe the barnacles are recharging stations. Yes, Krated. Yep, that was the other idea, right? Is that they actually charge the ships that come in. Or maybe they're set up as recharging stations for like when the motherships do come in from their home space. There's a place for them to refuel and refit and all that kind of stuff. Like their version of what we do when we go into our base.
Departure authorized.
It's pretty cool. Lady Charlie, have a great one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Interesting thought. Yeah, you like that, Aisling? I thought so. I think it's interesting. Yeah. Anubis, are you aware of the Thargoids being alarmingly close to Sol? Yes, I am. So I knew that they were getting closer and closer to the bubble for quite a while. I've been watching the alignment target. I've been watching the damage station line clock from the Pleiades right into the bubble. I don't know exactly how close they are. I'm definitely a little bit behind on that, but I have heard because I do try and listen to Lave Radio, their podcast, and I've missed like tons of those as well. But I actually just working through the latest one, like the one that came out a couple days ago. And they were talking about how the Thargoids are getting closer and closer to Sol, so I know that that's actually happening, and it's kind of frightening. Although I think I'm actually curious why they're going for Sol. I know that Earth and Sol are obviously the home of the human species, but in 3304 there are so many human colonies, and Earth really isn't like it's the tourist site now, right? More than anything else. You would think that they would go for places like, you know, Shinrada Desra, or the home world of the Empire, or is Sol still? I guess Sol is still the home world of the Feds, isn't it? But it's funny though that they're targeting Sol, because that really only affects the Federation. You'd think they'd come in and like go after the headquarters of all of the main bases at the same time, or places that the players in the game, you know, use a lot. Actually, the best way to probably get, and this is what they were saying on Lave Radio. I can't remember who was saying it, but one of the guys on Lave Radio was saying one of the best ways probably to get a lot more player interaction with the Thargoid menace is to target Lee Young Rui systems. Like target all the systems where players get discounts, which I thought was a funny idea. All right, there's an eagle over there. Let's see if we can go. Only a couple of light years. Wow, I didn't realize it was that close. Thargs are into Pranav space, and that's the Sim Archive GC is all about. Wanted, but not a mission target. Oh, not the Empire. I know, right? But the Empire would probably get a lot more involved in stopping the Thargoids if they came after the Empire. And I mean, like, not just the Empire. I mean, the Empire, Federation, Alliance, and, you know, notable independent places, right? Like, all of them. That would be interesting. So many enraged people hunting down Thargoids. Yeah, exactly, right? Come on, where's my mission targets? Whoa, there goes my chair. Ah. Not a mission target. Just flying around, you know, wanted. Itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose. Where are the mission targets? I see lots of wanted, but I don't see, like, and that's the right faction. Come on, mission target. Ejector seat activated. Yeah, exactly. Actually, the line of destruction has been quite narrow. The widespread devastation I expect was not has not occurred, and we've repaired most of the damage stations already. Yeah, actually, the effort to stop them has been pretty amazing already. I would have to say that, like, because we find out about 2 targeted stations. I think last week or whatever, right? They actually stopped both of the attacks, I think. I apologize if I talk too much. I just feel the need to actively communicate. It's a habit. Nah, no worries, Aisling. No worries. We like chitty chat in the chat. If you guys don't talk in the chat, then I have nothing to talk to you guys about, right? Oh, right. Speaking of talking to you guys about things, I was supposed to tell you the story about my second roleplay game. So I can do that. So the second roleplay game was actually really interesting. The GM had set up it was D&D 5th edition, but it was a Western theme, and she definitely she encouraged you to, you know, do, you know, like, obviously to roleplay, but also to do Western things and make Western references and all that kind of stuff. And if you did that, then she would normally give you like bonuses on your dice rolls and stuff, because she wanted to encourage that. But it was actually really neat. I really enjoyed it. There was a couple of really funny things that happened. We went into this town that it had no shadows. It was really neat. Like, all the shadows were missing. So we went to the bar in the town, and we were talking to people in the tavern and trying to get some information. We ended up finding out that there was this, like, mysterious figure that had come to town, that basically traded the townspeople for their shadows, for this, like, this potion that basically people would drink it, and then the town got whatever they wanted until they ran out of this potion, right? So when we got there, there's only like 11 people left in the town. Everybody else has disappeared. All their shadows are gone, including the shadows, like, on the houses and everything. It was really neat. And so we ended up having to track down, like, try and find clues and track down how to get to this person that was doing this, right? And one of the things that happened along the way is, and I can't even remember how it happened, but along the way, I made there was a joke. What were we doing? Some joke was made about red cowboy boots. Oh, it was we were making, like, a Footloose reference, right? And he had the red cowboy boots in that movie. And I made a joke that I was gonna find some red cowboy boots, and I was gonna find this guy the name was Nick. Find this Nick and challenge him to a dance-off or whatever, right? So I made this joke about the beginning of the adventure. We ended up going into the corner store, and because the GM thought this was pretty funny, was trying to encourage me, which was easy to do. There was a pair of red boots in the corner store, so I bought them and I put them on. and I'm a halfling, just so you guys know. So get this in your mind. I'm a halfling, and my class is a what's the monk, right? So, like, the martial arts expert. So my acrobatic skill is, like, because we're playing, I think, level 4 players, and they were pre-made characters again, but it was just a one-off drop-in session. I was a monk, so I had this crazy acrobatic skill on my character, but I had no, and the monk was really cool to play, actually. I quite enjoyed the monk. I might try and play more of them, but what was I saying? Yeah, the monk was cool. Oh, I didn't have so performance. I had no performance skill, but I had like crazy acrobatic skill, and I had a little bit of something else. Can't remember what it was now. But so yeah. So this is kind of like a bit of the setup. So just so you know, kind of what my class is, and kind of what some of my skills were, right, and what some of my skills weren't. So we're going around the town, and we get to well. So when we're in the tavern. The barkeep gives us, I asked for a whiskey. Well, actually, on the way, I forgot about this. On my way into the tavern, I'm this tiny little halfling, and I've got these big shiny red boots on, and I decide I'm gonna make a grand entrance into the tavern, right? So I like walk up and I smash the doors open, and so GM asked me to do a I can't remember what it was, some roll. Anyway, I can't remember what exactly the roll was, but to do a roll for the performance or whatever, to walk into the room or whatever. I rolled natural 1. So the doors, they open, and then they smack me right back in the face, and I go flying back onto the ground on my butt, and I'm dusting myself off, and everything. so then I pick myself up, and I just gingerly open the door the second time, and I walk in. Everybody's looking. So that was kind of my introduction to the town folk, which was probably you and my. I know. My natural 1s are crazy, but hey, I got a natural 20 story coming too, which was pretty awesome. So anyway, so we're talking to the townspeople. We're getting a bunch of information out of them. They're really cagey about it, right? So they don't want to tell us anything. But we slowly kind of work some information out of them. We find out about this Nick person, all this kind of stuff. And then, so we started exploring around in the town. I should say, when we first came into the town, there was this creek, and it was all dried up. All the water's gone. There was a little bridge. And I decided to take a look under the bridge. And so I look under the bridge, and there's a rattlesnake there. And so, like, right off the bat, I have to, like, fight this rattlesnake. Of course, it wasn't hard, right? It was just a little rattlesnake. But, anyway, that's kind of set up for something that happens later. So we're going around the town, and there's a jail, but the door is locked, and we can't get into the jail to see what's going on in there. We actually had a rogue with us and tried to pick the lock, but couldn't pick the lock. Kept rolling very badly. Couldn't pick the lock. So I decided that with my acrobatics skill, because it was crazy, I'm like, all right. And also, I forgot this part. So because when we were in the tavern, we got drinks, right, from the barkeep, and as we were learning about what was going on, we learned about this elixir that they got, right, that makes you lucky or makes you, get what you want or something, right? Like, because their town was like, it was a massive drought. They got this elixir, they would drink it, and then everybody started getting what they wanted in the town. So like, it started to rain, and everything was prosperous. But when they ran out, it went back to being like all dry and everything, right? So I got it in my head that maybe I had this little plot going on in my head. No, I didn't get drunk, but I had this plot in my head that maybe they spiked our drink with some of this elixir. Maybe they had a little bit left or whatever, and they spiked us because they wanted more of it, right? And I was thinking maybe they had made some deal with Nick where they were going to, because if you took the drink, right, eventually he took your shadows, and obviously he was all about taking shadows. So I thought maybe that he had this scheme where when new people come into town, because they don't have their shadows anymore, right? They're no good to them anymore. They can't get any more of this elixir. So they were going to spike our drinks and then make us be forced to like make a deal with Nick or whatever and lose our shadows, right? This was my going on through my head. It ends up I was completely wrong on this, but this was what was going through my head. I thought it was a cool, idea. But so thinking that was the case, I thought that maybe now I was super lucky, right? Because I had maybe they spiked my drink with this, right? So I decided in my infinite wisdom, it's like, okay, you can't unlock the door to the jail. I'm going to do a cartwheels. I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna do cartwheels. And remember, I'm a halfling, right? I'm a tiny little halfling with big red boots on. I'm going to do a cartwheel across the front, and I'm going to try and hit the lock with my boot as I come around. So I'm doing like a cartwheel and then jump through the air and kick it with my boot. and the GM's like, oh, okay. Natural 20. She's like, okay. You hit it perfectly and the lock falls off. I'm like, yes. Door opens. We go inside. We don't find anything in there, but it was so awesome. I was so happy. 3 to 4 feet. No such thing at called shots in 5e. What, really? Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, it's a story, like we were playing story based, right? Like, so yeah, there are definitely rules and stuff, but I'm much more a narrative player. The GM was a narrative player, so she thought it was super awesome, so she let me do it, and it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. But anyway, so this all happens. We eventually find, where is everybody? But we eventually find to go talk to the preacher in the church. And we get some more information about him and convince him to show us where Nick goes. We find out that Nick, when Nick shows up and leaves, he comes and goes through the graveyard. And the preacher takes us to the graveyard and shows us a normal grave that's dug and empty. And the way to get to Nick is you have to jump in the grave and let yourself be buried. We're like, oh my god, is this is this for real, or are we being tricked or whatever? My character was a acolyte background, so and the preacher was the same religion as me, and my flaw was that anybody that is of my same religion, I intuitively trust, like 100%. I don't even think about it. So as soon as it said get into the hole, I'm just like, all right, here we go. I jumped into the thing. So yep, you must be telling the truth. You're the same faith as me. So yeah, so it ended up working out. We got buried alive in the thing, but that was actually the portal way into this alternate dimension of his. So we actually show up it feels like we show up in like this basement. We work our way out of it, and as we walk out of the door, we end up back in the town. But now it's all like, it's like a dark, shadowy version of the actual main town, but it's identical, right? And so we have to work our way through the town again, but now it's like a dark version of it. And as we're working through the town, I've been very meticulous in my searching, so I've been like opening every drawer. I've been looking through all the stuff, and the GM is kind of like, I think she was starting to get a little bit like, okay, come on, you don't need to look in every drawer. So I go into this one place and I'm like, oh, there's more drawers. So I run in and I just open like 3 drawers all at the same time. And this is where the previous thing comes back into play. There's a rattlesnake in every single drawer. I open up and rattlesnakes pop out. So we have to fight these things. So I learned my lesson there. It's like, okay, come on, let's move the plot forward here. It was being silly anyway. But ultimately we find Nick. So like we have to do a bunch of stuff along. There was actually a really cool puzzle we had to figure out. And along the way we're finding these giant keys, right? So we find 2 keys in the town, and then we end up going back to the church. And the church is actually where Nick is, because when we came into that world, we walked out through the front door of the church, but in our infinite wisdom, we didn't turn back around. We never actually looked at the church. So we went around the whole town looking for stuff. We found 2 of these keys. And then we went back to the church, and there's this guard at the front door. We try to walk into the front door, and this guy shows up, and he's like, no, you can't come in. Your warriors are not allowed to, your warriors aren't allowed in. My instructions are that no warriors can enter. And we were trying to talk to him and convince him to try and to let us in or whatever. And eventually I get it in my head that this guy is like super strict about the rules, right? Like super strict about the rules. So I start chit-chatting him about like, you know, what exactly are the rules? How do you know that we're a warrior and this and that and the other thing? And I start to get like go down this line, and I finally I get to the point where I'm like, well, I'm not a warrior. I'm a what did I say? I'm a circus performer. Because I was also a monk, so I didn't actually have, like, I used my fists and everything, right? So I didn't actually have any weapons and stuff on me. So I'm like, and he's like, prove it, prove you're a circus performer, right? So again, I use my athletics and all this kind of, and I think, how did I describe it? It's like, so I'm gonna like run up the side of this building, and I'm gonna do a cartwheel behind me, and then I'm gonna do, you know, that thing where like the martial artists do, where they jump from their hands to their feet and they like hand over. You know, so I'm like describing, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up the side. I'm gonna do a cartwheel back, and then I'm gonna do that hand over feet thing around all my companions. I'm gonna leap into the air, do a somersault, land right in front of you with my hands out, jazz hands. Like, this is how I'm describing it to the GM before I do it. And she's like, okay, and I roll natural 20. And so she's like, okay, so the guy looks at me just like, you're obvious, yeah, I believe you. And it's like, okay, you can go in. He just walks aside, and I look back at my companions, and they say bye, and just walk in. My companions look at me, one of my companions look at me, and is like, splitting the party. Because they can't get in. So I just walk right in. Now they're stuck outside, and they're trying to convince the guy to let them in too. But I'm inside. I'm looking around, and there's nobody there. But I find this giant bottle of that liquid thing, right? The elixir. So I snag it and I put it in my backpack while they're outside and they don't know what's going on. And then the other two eventually get themselves in as well. One guy, I can't remember exactly what I think he distracted him and then slipped in because he was like super sneaky, like a super sneaky rogue. And so he managed to like distract him and then sneak past him when the guy wasn't looking, like hid in the shadows or whatever. Well, not that there was actually shadows in that world, but actually no, that world did have the shadows because that's where they all went. And then the last player actually got this was amazing just watching her do this. She actually talked with this guard, and she ended up causing the guard to have like an existential crisis about like, who am I and what am I even doing with my life, and convinces him to like walk off and go like, you know, enjoy the environment and look at the stars and contemplate life, and he just like walks off, and she just walks in afterwards. It was hilarious oh man, it was so well done. So anyway, we all get into the room, and of course then there's we get to where Nick shows up. He's like, what are you doing here? And all this kind of stuff. And so basically, this is the point where you're supposed to have the final battle. And I think to myself, like, God, there's got to be, I wonder if there's a way that we can win this without actually going into a battle. So what I did is and my inspiration for this was I was thinking of, what's that song with the fiddle player that challenges the devil to a fiddle duel, right? And so I was thinking about this in the back of my head because of the cowboy theme and all this kind of stuff. And so I basically convince Nick that and I challenge him to a dance-off. And I actually get a bonus to my persuasion check, or not my persuasion. It was again, it was performance, and I didn't have any bonuses to performance, but because like in the beginning I'm like, I'm going to have Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's the one. I'm gonna at the beginning of the thing, like, I'm gonna put on these red boots and I'm gonna challenge this whatever to a duel or to a dance off. So I ended up actually doing it and convincing Nick to do it. Where it's like, if I win, you give us back all the shadows you stole and let us free. But I purposely, when I made the deal, I'm like, if I win, then this is what happens. And Nick's like, okay. And so we did a dance off, and I failed horribly on the dance off, right? Nick totally beats me at the dance-off, and you get all smug and ha ha ha. And as soon as Nick wins, I go, but now you have to beat my other two companions at a duel of their choice as well. And Nick's like, that wasn't the deal. And my response was, we never decided what happens if we win. And the GM just like, oh, you're right. So she lets me do it. And then this is then the guy that I was one of the other so the rogue person, he was trying to figure out, like, he was racking his brain trying to figure out what he could challenge this guy to, and basically just gave up. And I could see that the third character, she was all excited about like her challenge and stuff, and but he can't think of anything, so he just like pulls out his crossbow and shoots shoots the guy. I'm like, no! So we end up in the battle, and then and then at this point though, I'm like in a mood, like I'm in a huge mood at this point, and like anything and everything I can think of that's just completely out of the ordinary or silly or whatever, I've decided to do. So when we get into this, like, so we found that one jar of the stuff, right? But on the wall there's a whole bunch more jars of things on, like, and I have no idea what's in them. So this entire final battle, I think I actually did a proper normal attack on him once throughout the entire battle. I ended up like acrobating myself around the room, grabbing like these random jars off the wall, tossing them at Nick. Some of them seemed to be helping Nick. Some of them were like, actually there's one was like acid and actually started to like actually decompose Nick and everything. And about 3/4 of the way through the fight, I got to the point where I thought, I think this thing's undead. And I don't actually know anything about Dungeons and Dragons as far as like the monsters and what hurts things and what doesn't hurt things. I just made a guess. I'm like, well, if it's undead, then normally healing potions help people, right? So I thought to myself, well, maybe a healing potion would do the opposite to a dead thing, right? It would hurt it, not help it. At this point too, our rogue is actually unconscious on the ground, dying. So I run around, throw a health potion down his throat, and then I had 3 health potions. I threw a second one at the thing, and I get an amazing roll, not a natural 20, but I get an amazing roll. It hits, and like this was its Achilles heel or whatever, I guess, because it just like melts into the ground and dies and everything. And victory is ours. We get to take the shadows back and everything. But it was hilarious. I had so much fun. So much fun. Like that game, oh man, it was hilarious. But I hope you guys enjoyed my story. That was my D&D session just a couple of days ago. and again, imagine all of these things I'm talking about. It's a like a halfling, like with giant, like with the super hot boots, like red boots, running around doing all of this stuff. Are you serious? What black magic are you pulling here, Anubis? If all else fails, shoot it in the face. That's right. I actually had a couple of really, like, when I actually decided to try and attack it as a proper, like, martial artist, I failed completely. And, yeah, like I tried to, like, stun it and everything, and I just, like, completely failed. My attacks were not doing well. Our, the other, a woman that was on my team as a player, she was a ranger, and she was doing amazing. Like she could, like, she was hitting things with her bow so well. But yeah, it was hilarious. I had a lot of fun. Does E5 doesn't have those rules, but again, DM rules when whenever or not it works. Yeah, exactly. Like I was causing her to make stuff up constantly on the go here. But I guess what that is how I kind of, when I think of role play and playing things like Dungeons and Dragons or anything, right? Like that's kind of how I imagine playing things is let your imagination go wild and don't be constrained. Like, the rules are there as a framework to help you, but the story is paramount, in my opinion. So I've been very lucky, I guess, that I've had some GMs that think the same way. Want to play a prank on an RPG player? Give them a potion of slipperiness and tell them this is the greatest health potion you ever found. Nice. And my particular character, if you were of the same faith as me, I would believe you 100% and just drink it. I have been flying around in the system that whole story looking for a mission target, and have you guys seen me find a mission target? I have not found a mission target, or have not noticed if I found a mission target. Those rules are guidelines and should not be used exclusively. Yeah, it's like, what was that line from Pirates of the Caribbean? They're not really rules, they're more like guidelines. There's a lot of wanted people, but not mission targets. I'm thinking that I'm not going to be able to get this done. Undead are usually vulnerable to radiant damage. Oh, it's good to know. Like, this is the right... I think something... Like, why do I keep seeming to get, like, bugged missions? Because this is the... Pirates of... We need you to eliminate 2 pirates of the Jamico Jet Rats, right? Jamico Jet Rats. This guy... should be a mission target, right? They're not real rules, but more your suggestions. It depends on your GM. Depends on how serious you want to take it, right? If you're more about like the stats and the roles, or more about the story and less about the stats. But for me, it's about the narrative. Because just so you guys know too, like, I mean, I talked about this before, is my goal, my ultimate goal here, the reason I'm playing these games as a player is because I want to learn, like, I want to be on the player side for a while, right? But I also, ultimately, my plan is to become a GM myself and actually GM for the Elite Dangerous role-playing game. That's my ultimate goal, and to actually bring that to my channel, right? Is me as the GM for a group of people that'll be playing as my players with player characters, right, in my Elite Dangerous role-playing game sessions. And that's the style that I'm going for ultimately, right? Like, I will be using, you know, the rules, you know, for the mechanics of how things are, you know, how things work and everything, but yeah, I will be using them more like guidelines than rules. That is how I want to play it myself. First rule of D&D is just this. These rules are just guidelines. Awesome. No, this is not Salford Sal's channel. Mir has 59 grams of salt here. Nice. Okay, I keep losing everybody. I think we're just going back into this. I'm not going to be able to interdict anybody, it seems. It's an eagle. Harmless. Alright, there is a... if I go to hazardous, right, there's normally not security forces there, so being wanted, that's probably a better place for me. If you want to play on Discord for D&D, just ask me after the stream. I'll check with the two groups I'm with to see if they're willing to take on fresh blood. Oh, yeah, well, I'll definitely chat with you afterwards. Might have to get into more of a deeper discussion on a different day though, because I am already running low on fumes. But we'll definitely chat about it a little bit after the stream for sure. Thanks for the offer there, Taka. As long as you think that my kind of fresh blood, you've heard the way that I've interacted and the way that I'm. As long as you think that I'll fit in with the groups, because. You've seen how I stream, right? You see my goofiness. You listen to how I've been playing the game so far. So make sure you know what you're getting into. Taka's referencing to anyone, AR including you. Yes, excellent. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, cool. I've had to deal with worse with the groups I play, and I think they'll enjoy having you there, and this goes for anyone interested in D&D. Cool. It's funny, actually, after each of these D&D sessions too, it's like I wish I had more time, because I thought to myself, man, it would be a blast to while these stories are still in my head, actually like write them up, as like little short stories. Expert. Is that somebody I want to attack? I'm expert level, right? So I can attack you. Now you are a faster ship than me. Missed. Normally that first shot is the one that you really need to hit. He was smaller than me. That worked. Boom.
Target destroyed.
Destruction of criminal captain. Garth H. Carless. I thought it said careless. Alright, what are you? You are wanted. You're not of the group I want, but I want to start doing some pew, so let's line this up. Gunship. Once again, I do not.
Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Come on.
Flight assist off.
Warning, the temperature is rising.
Deploy heat sink.
Deployed.
Shield cell bank. Deploy shield cell bank. It's not working.
Temperature critical.
Warning.
Deploy heat sink.
Deploying heat sink.
Yeah, he's a tank. I'm not supposed to ram him.
Taking damage.
I tried to get out of the way. Oh, got him. Okay, let's get out of here a little bit. Turn on my shields. Whew. Another assault ship.
Target shields offline.
Get my shields back online. Let's let them refill a little bit. Here, listen to stay on target. Stay on target. Best D&D in real life games played tend to have the cops called for how loud everyone is. Nice. Yes, I've been in one that the cops were called. It was funny due to the cops that came wanted to join. Nice. I reckon a group of 8 friends is somehow going to be louder than Blaze when they play D&D for the first time. Next Tuesday is going to be fun. You realize it was raw. I said shot across her. Said shoot across her nose, not up it. Spaceballs. Yes, that's awesome. I appreciate the reference. Said across her nose, not up it. Ludicrous speed. Let's see if we can help this this poor unsuspecting soul. I'm gonna try and get in there and get a good first shot. Doesn't know I'm an enemy yet. There we go. All 3 hit.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Warning.
Damage.
Deploy heatsink.
Deployed.
Ah, shields are on again.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target shields offline.
Come on.
Attack.
Oh, oh, oh. Got it.
Module
Boom.
malfunction. Target destroyed.
Whew. There. I helped the python out. He's probably confused. Like, why is this wanted person helping me? But I don't necessarily want to be near a clean person, because then they might just attack me even though I just helped them out. Where is the central focus hub here? I would continue that scene, but it's not PG. I don't remember what was said for the TV edit of the movie either, right? Yeah. Wanted. Wanted. None of them are mission targets, though. I'm gonna fail this mission. Wanted wing 2. Wanted. You're not in a wing, so let's go after you.
Target shields offline.
Probably go after this guy and then probably should go get healed. I'm at 74. I evaded that, I think. Roll around. There we go. Whew.
Target destroyed.
Cobra, not a mission target. I'm just take a quick look around. probably take him, huh? I don't think I took any extra damage in that battle.
Target shields offline. Destroyed.
I'm feeling that these people are going to start shooting at me, though. Wanted. Cobra. Or an eagle, sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not paying attention. That's the second asteroid that I've... Well, at least this time I just skimmed off the edge of it instead of... or like face plant right into it. See, there again, that's the rats. Still says I haven't done any, right? Yeah. That's the right faction and everything.
Scan detected.
Is it maybe because I'm wanted that it's not... No, we did see a mission target at one point. It's just we're really not getting the right ones. Oh, he's scanning me now. You're...
Scan detected.
Oh, darn it. Oh, I missed. Too small.
Warning, temperature is rising. Warning, temperature is rising.
Well, eating.
Deployed.
Temperature critical. Target destroyed.
Ooh, an elite. It's only an adder, but is it wanted? Did you ever scan the nav beacon? No. Should I? I have a discovery scanner though, right? Did I actually use that though? Do I have to do that? I can't remember if I did that or not. Well, sadly, I think it's time to head back to a station.
Cannot comply.
Come on, faster. We've got a bunch of bounties probably for this area. I wonder if I can smuggle myself in.
Frame shift drive.
Turn in all of that stuff. Or can I do that when I'm wanted?
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Can't remember. Maybe I should head back to here. Just turn in what I can. Get repaired.
Frame shift drive charging.
Scanning the beacon may give a clue of target's location. Oh, yeah. But shouldn't it have also done that when I did a honk? Just looked it up in the TV edit. They used moron versus the non-PG version. True, but that's if don't have a discovery scanner. Right, okay. Well, I just did a discovery scanner, and that didn't seem to help. Sadly. Disco scanner. You have to go to the disco system to use the disco scanner? Oh, darn it. Overflying. Active gamma mug of sea tipping. Sea tipping? What? Tea sipping. Don't forget, this liner is in the top 1% of all liners out there. If Bulls was here, he'd be attacking that thing right now. Sea tipping? Yeah. I don't know where that came from. Oh. This is your captain. Due to some unforeseen delays, we'll be arriving at our next destination later than scheduled. But we're still the top 1% of liners out there. The other 99% would be even later. Actually, on that note, how do you sip the sea? One drop at a time?
Uniform. This is an independent star system commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down.
Anthony! I'm coming in, Anthony!
Docking bay 1-8.
1-8. Here I come. Drop the coconuts.
Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Perfect landing. Nailed it. Alright, so let's see how much we can turn in here. If I go to contacts, nothing. Okay, so how much do I have? Bounties, claims, like I have a bunch, like about $500,000 worth, but I guess I have to turn them all in that other system, huh? So I'll need to go back there and smuggle myself in, but I don't know if I can, if the contacts, do you guys know, do you have access to contacts when you're wanted slash, what's that called? When you, like the anonymous access protocol or whatever it's called? The other thing I wanted to check, well, I'm at 39% an expert now, so we got a little bit of rank tonight on that, which is good. The other thing I wanted to check was, oh, I thought of it as I was coming in. It was something we were talking about earlier in the stream. That I wanted to look at. It wasn't engineers. We looked at them before. Oh, it was engineers. It was, I wanted to see if I had access to, and I think I probably do, but somebody that does frameshift drive engines and thrusters, pulse lasers. Who does the plasma accelerators? Palin. Bitch, is it going to be one of the people that I don't have yet? Plasma accelerators. That's Bill Turner. One of the ones I don't have yet. Jeez. Of course. There's only 3 engineers I don't have access to. And on that note, I think we'll call it there for the evening. So I guess I should organize, if I can, a bromelite expedition. So if anybody wants to help me gather bromelite, let's say in the next live stream on next Thursday, I'm going to post that as the event. I'm going to make an event. I'm going to post it in Discord. Anybody that wants to come help gather bromelite in the next live stream, we're going to go mining. If you have any suggestions or thoughts or ideas of how to get bromelite from like missions and how to like find those right missions and all that kind of stuff, or what's a good place to go for bromelite is, let's start that in the chat, like talk in the Elite Dangerous chat, or also in the event chat, because I will post there that this is the event for next Thursday. Look at me planning ahead, right? And we'll also, I'm going to try and plan a little something in that stream as well for RP like we did today. And I will be planning that in the RP meta, Elite Dangerous chat, and maybe even trying to kick off a bit of the actual RP chats there as well. So you guys have an absolute great one. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun. We'll see you next week. Goodbye for now.